Next up is Mike in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who decided to scale back his company's profit sharing, but was facing pushback from longtime employees.
I run a $15 million a year industrial distribution company, have about 16 employees, and kind of a split between a lot of 30-plus year veterans and then kind of the new crowd that is 10 or years or less. I stepped into management about 4 years ago. We're family-owned, have been for a few generations, and a practice that we've always had that I kind of got passed down is that at the end of the year, we would distribute our profits. So profit sharing is something we've always done, but it has always been that all profits are distributed between ownership and employee. And so, and in some ways that distribution was a way to bonus an employee more so than it was framed as profit sharing, but in their experience, it's always been a ever increasing, every so often payment that comes every year to them. And so as we've grown and kind of our market shifted, it's harder and harder to make that work. Plus, it allows us to not have anything retained for our own, operating in case of a rainy day or for growth initiatives that we might want to undertake. So sort of had to step that down due to kind of a tough year and realized that ultimately that's not the best way to do a profit sharing model. It's not very typical to do it that way. But obviously, I've gotten a lot of rough feedback and kind of bad attitude from the longtime employees. We pay market wages, we pay full health care. I think we compensate pretty fairly, but I'm just kind of wondering what your experience has been where you've had to kind of adjust the payment, not in a upward way, but maybe in a downward way, or give out less than what someone's used to because of an operating, the environment, the economy, whatever it would be. Just wanted to see your feedback on that and maybe your perspective, how you do that in a way as a leader that's, I care for my people, but I also have to run a bottom line. So kind of that.
So you just didn't have as much profit to distribute. It's that simple.
It's that simple. Plus,
I'm sharing profits, but the profits aren't as big.
Yeah, and we've always given away 100%, and that's not something we should probably keep doing. We need to retain profit for operations a little more frequently, I think, for a
so
general
you need some
practice.
retained earnings before you do profit sharing.
Yes, yeah.
And that cut into it, but also profits are down.
They were down last year. This year we're back, but we're recovering from a bad year. So it's really a 2-year journey to get healthy again where we want to be. So that's been a fun stretch for the last 6 months, but we're
what do you having to pay?
healing.
Wait a minute. What's the cash being used to recover? I don't understand. If your profits are up, why are you needing cash to recover?
Well, we had overall we had a loss, so we're recovering. We operate a business with payables because customers pay us on terms, we pay vendors on terms. So the payables got expanded a bit, and we're using the profits to recover kind of extended payment balances with vendors. So we'll clean it up over time. Does that make sense? Like what's happening there? Profitable this year. We're cleaning up.
Okay, so you're only
payables.
profitable because you didn't pay your bills.
So last year we didn't have a profit, and we paid a much smaller bonus, almost nothing.
So what did they
which
say
was
then?
The first time. We sat down and they were, if you ever do that again, I'll walk out, things like that. And I said, it's okay. It's profit sharing, guys. It's not a promise to you. It's not a guaranteed part of your pay. Your
If you ever do that again, I'll walk out is the last conversation I have with that person.
Okay.
You don't freaking threaten me. I own this. You are confused.
I think part of the difficulty is that these are people that have been there longer than me. I've only been there 10 years.
I don't care how long they've been there. They're fired that day.
Okay.
You don't threaten the person that owns the business.
Right.
I don't do threats. Okay. The profits are down. This was sharing of profits. I can't share something I don't have. If you ever do that again, I'll leave. You're gone. Don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
Over.
And I guess
end of story. You entitled little twerp. This is entitlement. It's arrogance. Now, let me go back and fix that now that I've already fired that guy. Okay? He's gone. If I'm you, I'm firing him today. You go back to the office and fire him. I'm so over this guy right now. Okay? Now, because that's somebody that didn't understand. Now, then that means that you and your family have done a horrible job of framing what profit sharing is. We made that mistake one time at Ramsey, and we fixed it, okay? We started doing our profit sharing monthly, and we stand on the stage in front of everyone. You only got 15 people, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you stand up in front of everybody and go, okay, guys, here's our profits. They are up 10% over last month. They are down 4% over same month last year. Year to date, we're up 7%. And what all of that means is that your profit sharing this month is going to be a little better than it was last month. By the way, we've got some expenses coming in next month, and I don't think they're going to be that great, just to let you know. But here's how profits work. We are sharing what our family owns with you. We are not obligated to give it to you, but we have chosen as an act of kindness to share with the people that run the business with us. So we're sharing the profits, but you're not entitled. And everybody, the whole company says this out loud. Profits happen when revenues go and everybody says up, and when expenses go and everybody says down. Remember, everybody, you're self-employed. If profits are here, we'll share them. If they're up, we'll share them. If they're down, we'll share the pain with you. And we tell everybody that every month. We have removed all entitlement to profit sharing. You are not due this. It's not part of your comp package. It's an act of mercy by the owners that we are giving you some of our money to say thank you for being on the team. And we're real blunt like that about it, because we don't want any little snowflake thinking that they're entitled to this money, because it changes things. And then you get the crap like, if you ever do that again, I'll walk out, because y'all hadn't framed it right. And these guys, they took it as your integrity was breached because you had promised them money regardless of what happened, because you hadn't communicated well how profit sharing works. So you guys got to start being very clear about where profits come from. When profits are up, bonuses will be up. When profits are down, bonuses will be down. When profits are non-existent, we all did that together, people, and no one gets anything because there's no profits. We can't even pay our bills, and that includes giving you extra money. So when sales are down, we don't have an ice cream party. We only celebrate when sales are up. This is like adult stuff. It's not a freaking kindergarten. It's a business. So you guys reestablish that. And I've got a feeling, though, Mike, that you're not at the top of the leadership team enough to pull what I just claimed off.
I mean, I was given, I'd run the day-to-day. That was kind of a... You
don't have the power to fire that guy, do you?
No, I did. I fired people. I fired one
You
last
fired that
month.
guy on the spot?
I didn't fire him because
I said,
I have a hard time with their tenure.
You have the power to.
I could.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you have the power to communicate to the whole team what I just talked about?
And I did that. I sat them down. I said, this is where we're at this year. This is what you're going to expect.
But I want to reframe whether they're due money or not. They're not due a thing. This is a gift. I am sharing some of my money with you. It's not your money. I want to reframe who owns it, because that guy, when he said that, what he was saying was that you promised me this no matter what happened. That's what his brain was telling him, right?
Right. Well, and he got used to it over the 30 years.
Yeah, but he also felt entitled to it.
Right.
And that's my fault as a leader. When I allow somebody to become entitled to something that they're not entitled to, I have done a poor job of communicating this. And the problem with this crap is you have to say it over and over and over and over and over. And about the time you get sick of hearing it, that's about the time they hear it. You just got to do it over and over. You have the chief repeating officer. We literally, our CFO wore a T-shirt on stage last Monday that said, profits happen when revenues go up and expenses go down. It was a black T-shirt with white letters. That's how ridiculous we are about repeating this over and over. So we don't want anyone to think that, but if we make a big old pile of money, I'll share it with my folk, and you will too, right? But if we're not
Yeah,
making any money, we did this together, boys and girls. We either went up together or we went down together. So, but we're not going to have anybody threaten us here. We don't do that. We're not, I don't threaten them. And, I'll explain to you, you can't do this and work here. That's not a threat. That's just an observation. Okay. But you don't give me a threat like, wow, I do this again and I'll just walk out. Well, I can help you with that. Let's walk out now. I can handle that. Belligerent. Whew, man. Yeah, that's the tail wagging the dog. And you haven't been here long enough to be a smart ankle like that. So you need to rethink what you just said, because those are firing words. So you got about 30 seconds to rethink that, and or just fire them. Either one's good with me. That kind of crap, I got no use for it. And that's arrogance and belligerence, and it's subversive in your culture.